this guy. Sam, come on there now.
Yes, sir.
You can't go like that.
People must come out. The first work
Great report.
We have read your articles also, so we have told that all staffs and even sent so that they will come customers, no need to worry and so will come.
Okay.
Sir, brother.
Yara.
This is what it is. I hope that by the time this gets out, it will be shown that the bank is open and people can come here and do their banking transactions. Thank you.
Who is receiving order?
Jesus Christ. Bros, you always
mana chukwu mekwu ihe anyị ga-ekwe gọvanọ chi with security ọ ga-enye anyị ga-adị sure once security nọ ndị na-atụ ụjọ ama atụzi ụjọ mayor gbara mbọ ebe ka asịrị eme ọ na-adị eme anyị enye report ọ na-eforo report anyị kenekwere mayor gọvanọ anyị na-akwụdokwa ebe ịkwụ ka ọ bụrụ ihe mgbe ochie anyị achọghọ o mere na Ebonyi steeti another governor of Enugu State Governor 2 times on Monday. God and I make an achieve. I am chief. Thank you.
Measures in place to ensure your security. So the security of your lives and the security of your property. We've put measures in place to ensure our security agencies have risen to the occasion and they are ready. You can see that we've not had any problem since we continue to stop the enforcers of this so-called illegal sit-at-home. And I can assure you that we would sustain and build on those measures we've put in place. But it shouldn't even be heard of that we would be cowed because of the threat of violence by these criminals, and then we would continue to be impoverished. If we allow ourselves, because we're afraid of the violence attack, the poverty that will befall us will kill us even faster before those bullets hit us. So we must say no to an attempt to stifle our livelihood. Okay? So I thank you all very much and urge you to continue to obey the government orders, to do your trade and not heed to the illegal sit at home. There is no such thing. We cannot afford to make ourselves a laughingstock of other states. So let us go about our business. As you leave here now, go to your shops, open your shop, run your business, and nobody, without fear of
Let's price them.
that is, we cannot quantify the loss in terms of growth in domestic consumption regarding the so-called situation. So we're talking about growing our whole domestic product from where we are today to 30 billion. We can't have if we're actually dependent on our growth. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start first by thanking you, those of you who obviously obeyed our call to end the illegal Mondays sit at home. We want to thank you immensely because it is the right way to go. Recall that during my campaign, I visited you here at the market, and I interacted with you. I told you about the great plans we have for Enugu State, how we would like to transform Enugu State from being a public sector-driven economy to a private sector-driven economy. I told you my plan is to make Enugu State the preferred destination for investment, for business, for living and tourism. I also informed you of my vision to grow the economy of the state from the current levels of $4.4 billion to $30 billion. Recall also that I informed you that that growth would largely come from private sector investment, from businesses like you, generating economic activities. That's how we can grow our GDP. Our GDP is a sum total of your activities, the private sector activities, the informal sector activities. That is the sum total of what constitutes our GDP. And you can now see that there is a correlation between the growth of our GDP and productivity. So if you then imagine what accrues to us as a state and also to you as a people, the economic loss that we have to endure for lack of productivity. So if you look at on Mondays, when we do nothing and we're asked to sit at home, what that translates to, if you denominate it into Naira and Kobo, we are losing over 10 billion Naira every Monday that we sit at home. Every Monday. So we must say to ourselves that our foolishness is over. Enough is enough. That foolishness must stop and it must end now. We cannot be marginalizing ourselves and yet be complaining of marginalization. This is a direct marginalization of ourselves. So we must say no to sit at home. Because what it means is that we're destroying our wealth, we're destroying our employment. We cannot create employment, we cannot generate wealth if we continue to sit at home days that we ought to be productive. So the gross domestic production will continue to decline until we put a halt to this madness. So we must put a halt to it. We must do everything to erase it in our head, in our memory. We should see it as our shameful past. We do not want to remember. We want to put it behind us and forge ahead. So going forward, we must ensure that we work every day of the week. And if there is a public holiday, you would get a public notice. You get an announcement officially from government that there is a public holiday. But let nobody, particularly someone you have not elected, someone that does not have your mandate to serve you, dictate to you the days you should come to work, the days you should sit at home, and the days you should take a break. That is abominable. It should never happen. And we must put an end to it. But you know, there is also consequences to not heeding to our order. And I want to put you on notice that going forward, on Monday again, I will go around the state. I would come here. And if we find any shop that is closed as a result of the so-called illegal sit at home, well, I'm going to come with the Enugu State Capital Territory Authority to enforce what I'm about to say. We're going to put a seal on any shop that is locked on that day. And we would do what? We're going to relocate that shop to a business person, somebody who is truly serious to do business. We will take it that if you have your shop locked on Mondays, you're not ready to do business. You want to make our GDP to continue to decline. And we will not endorse that. We will not accept it. We're going to revoke your license to operate. We're going to revoke your title to that shop, and we will relocate it to someone else. So this is something we must enforce with effect from Monday next week. I think with effect from 24th July. If anybody's shop is kept locked, we're going to seal it. The only time we allow that person access to the shop is to remove his wares. But we would have relocated that shop to some serious business person. Okay? So we thank those of you who have continued